Dear learners, I am Dr. Nisha from Chandigarh University, Chandigarh. Welcomes you all to understand the concept of hierarchy of courts under the course on legal methods and systems. In this lecture, we are going to learn about the concept of hierarchy of courts. So, relationship between high courts and subordinate courts. High courts have a supervisory role over subordinate courts, which include district court, session court and various lower courts. This relationship is crucial for maintaining a cohesive judicial system. High courts have the power to oversee the functioning of subordinate courts, ensuring that they adhere to legal procedures and standards. This includes the authority to transfer cases, inspect lower courts and issue guidelines for their operation. They serve as appellate courts for decisions made by subordinate courts. They review and revise judgments and orders to correct any legal errors and ensure justice. They provide guidance on legal principles and judicial conduct. High courts also have administrative control over subordinate courts, including the appointment, transfer and promotion of the judicial officers. If we will discuss about the subordinate courts, then subordinate courts form the backbone of the Indian judicial system, handling the vast majority of the cases in the country. Subordinate courts are classified based on their jurisdiction and the nature of cases they handle. They are organized into civil and criminal courts, each with its hierarchy and specific functions. Civil courts deal with non-criminal matters such as disputes over property, contracts and personal issues. District courts serve as the principal courts of original civil jurisdiction in the district. Subordinate civil courts includes courts like municipal courts and civil judge junior division courts. Criminal courts handle offences against the state or public such as theft, assault and murder. Session courts is the highest criminal courts in the district, dealing with serious offences. If we will discuss about the district and session courts, then district and session courts play a crucial role in the administration of justice at the district level, dealing with both civil and criminal cases. District courts handle significant civil cases involving substantial monetary value and complex legal issues. They also hear appeals from subordinate civil courts within the district. Session courts handle serious criminal cases such as murder, rape and robbery. They have the authority to impose several penalties including life imprisonment and death sentences. Sessions courts act as trial courts for serious criminal offences, conducting trials, examining evidence and delivering verdicts. District and session judges also have administrative responsibilities, overseeing the functioning of subordinate courts within their jurisdiction. Now, we will discuss about the magistrate courts. Magistrate courts are the first level of the criminal justice system, dealing with less severe criminal cases and performing preliminary judicial function. Chief Judicial Magistrate is the highest authority among magistrates at the district level, overseeing the work of other magistrates and handling significant criminal cases. Judicial Magistrate first class handles moderately serious criminal cases, including those involving intermediate penalties. Judicial Magistrate second class deals with less severe criminal cases, imposing lighter penalties Executive magistrate performs administrative and executive functions, such as maintaining public order and handling preventive measures. If we'll discuss about the special court concept, then special courts are established to handle specific types of cases that requires specialized knowledge or expedited processes. These courts includes family courts, which deal with family related matters such as divorce, child custody and maintenance, aiming for quick and amicable resolutions. Juvenile justice boards handle cases involving minors, focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment. Special CBI courts, which handle cases investigated by the Central Bureau of Investigation, including corruption, economic offences and other serious crimes. Other tribunals and commissions includes various specialized tribunals like consumer courts, labor courts and tax tribunals dealing with specific areas of law. Subordinate courts, through their various forms and functions, ensure that justice is accessible and efficiently delivered at the grassroots level. They handle a wide range of cases, from minor disputes to serious criminal offences, and provides the foundation for the Indian judicial system. Their role is critical in maintaining law and order, protecting rights and upholding the rule of law across the country. If we'll discuss about the hierarchical functions and roles, then the hierarchical structure of the Indian judicial system ensures that justice is administered efficiently and consistently across different levels of courts. Now we'll discuss about the concept of judicial functions. Adjudication. Courts hear and decides cases brought before them, interpreting laws and applying them to specific situations. This includes both civil and criminal cases. Interpretation of laws. Higher courts, especially the Supreme Court and High Court, interpret constitutional and statutory provisions. Their interpretations set precedents that guide lower courts. Protection of rights. Courts protect the fundamental rights of citizens by hearing petitions and issuing orders to enforce these rights. This includes issuing writs such as habeas corpus, mandamus and certiorari. If we'll discuss about the appellate functions, then the appellate function is a critical aspect of the hierarchical structure, allowing for the review and correction of lower court decisions. Higher courts hear appeals against decisions made by lower courts. This ensures that errors or injustices in initial judgments can be rectified. High courts can revise lower court decisions to correct errors of law or procedures. This function helps maintain legal consistency and fairness. Lower courts can refer complex legal questions to higher courts for authoritative interpretations. This mechanism ensures that legal uncertainties are resolved at higher judicial level. Supervisory and supervisory jurisdiction. If we'll understand this concept, then higher courts exercise supervisory jurisdiction over subordinate courts to ensure they function within legal bounds and maintain judicial standards. High courts have the power of superintendence over all courts and tribunals within their territorial jurisdiction. This includes the ability to issue directions and guidelines to ensure proper judicial conduct. Higher courts review the functioning of lower courts through inspections and performance evaluations. This helps identify and address issues related to judicial efficiency and integrity. Role of the higher judiciary in policy and governance. The higher judiciary, particularly the Supreme Court and High Court, plays a very significant role in shaping legal and social policies through their judgments and directives. They sometimes engage in judicial activism where they take proactive steps to address social and legal issues. This can include issuing guidelines on public interest matters and ensuring the government accountability. The higher judiciary allows public interest litigation, enabling individuals and organizations to seek judicial interventions on issues affecting the public at large. This mechanism empowers citizens to challenge government actions and policies. Through landmark judgments, higher courts contributes to policy formulation in areas such as environmental protection, human rights and governance. Their interpretations of laws and constitutional provisions influence legislative and executive actions. If we will discuss about the procedural aspects under CRPC, then the Code of Criminal Procedure is the principal legislation governing the procedural aspects of criminal law in India. It outlines the process for investigation, inquiry, trial and punishment of offences, procedures for filing cases. First Information Report, Section 154 of the CRPC mandates that any information relating to the commission of a cognizable offence must be recorded in writing by the police. The document known as the FIR is the starting point of a criminal investigation. Complaint to magistrate for non-cognizable offences. An aggrieved person may file a complaint directly with the magistrate. The magistrate may then direct the police to investigate or take cognizance of the matter and proceed with an inquiry or trial. Summons and warrants. The CRPC provides for the issuance of summons for appearing in court and warrants for arrest to secure the presence of the accused in the court. If we will discuss about the concept of investigation, inquiry and trial, then investigation process, police powers and duties. The police are empowered to investigate cognizable offences without a magistrate's order. They can collect evidence, record statements and arrest suspects. Role of the magistrate. Magistrates oversee the investigations to ensure they are conducted lawfully. They may order further investigation if necessary. Inquiry, preliminary inquiry. Before framing charges, a magistrate conducts a preliminary inquiry to determine whether there is sufficient ground for proceeding against the accused. Committal proceedings. In serious offences triable by a session court, the magistrate conducts committal proceedings to transfer the cases to the appropriate court. Trial. We have types of trials. The CRPC provides for different types of trials, including warrant trials for serious offences, summon trials for minor offences and summary trials for petty offences. We have different stages of trial. The trial process involves several stages, including the framing of charges, examination of witnesses, cross-examination, arguments by counsel and the pronouncement of judgments. Appeals, revisions and references. First appeal. An aggrieved party can file an appeal against a judgment or order to a higher court. The grounds for appeal can include errors in the application of law, misinterpretation of facts, or procedural irregularities. In the second appeal, in certain cases, a second appeal may be made to a higher appellate court, such as the High Court or the Supreme Court, on substantial questions of law. If we will discuss about the concept of power of revision, then higher courts have the power to revise the orders of the subordinate courts. Revisions are typically sought to correct errors of jurisdiction or serious irregularities in proceedings. References to higher court: subordinate courts may refer cases to higher courts for their opinion on complex legal questions. This ensures uniformity in legal interpretations and the correct application of law. Execution of sentences and orders. We have types of sentences. Sentences under the CRPC can include imprisonment of fines and death sentences. The procedures for executing these sentences vary based on their nature. Imprisonment: convicted individuals are committed to prison, and the duration of their sentence is specified in the court's judgment. If we will discuss about the concept of fines, fines imposed by the court must be paid within a stipulated period, failing which additional penalties or imprisonment may be imposed. Death penalty: the execution of death sentences requires confirmation by the High Court. The procedure includes detailed safeguards to ensure that it is carried out lawfully. If we will discuss about the appeals and pardon procedure, then convicts have the right to appeal against their sentences, and they may also seek clemency or pardon from the President or Governor. The procedural aspects outlined in the CRPC are designed to ensure that the criminal justice process is fair, transparent, and efficient. By providing detailed guidelines for each stages of the process, the CRPC upholds the principles of due process and protects the rights of the individuals involved in the criminal justice system. Now we should discuss about the challenges of Indian judiciary. The Indian judicial system, despite its robust framework, faces numerous challenges that hinder the effective delivery of justice. So we have the backlog of cases and delays in justice delivery. One of the most pressing issues in the Indian judiciary system is the significant backlog of cases, leading to delays in justice delivery. Millions of cases are pending at various levels of the judiciary, from subordinate courts to the Supreme Court, resulting in prolonged litigation and delayed justice for many individuals. The backlog of cases can be attributed to several factors, including an insufficient number of judges, procedural complexity, and frequent adjournments. The shortage of judges across all levels of the judiciary leads to overburdened courts, while the procedural intricacies and lengthy process outlined in the CRPC contribute to the delays. Additionally, frequent and often unnecessary adjournments requested by lawyers or granted by courts exacerbate the problem. These delays undermine public confidence in the judiciary, affect the lives of litigants, and hinder the enforcement of rights and laws. If we will discuss about the infrastructure and resource constraints, then judiciary faces significant infrastructure and resource constraints affecting its efficiency and effectiveness. Many courts, especially in rural areas, lack of adequate infrastructure, including proper courtrooms, technology, and basic amenities. The limited adoption of modern technology hampers efficient cases management, record keeping, and communication. Moreover, there is a shortage of trained judicial and non-judicial staff to manage court operations and assist judges, impacting the overall efficiency of the judicial system. These constraints create an environment where the administration of justice is flawed and the quality of service provided to the public is compromised. Legal reforms and amendments in CRPC. To address these challenges, several legal reforms and amendments to the CRPC have been proposed and implemented. Initiative aimed at speeding up trials include various amendments and judicial directives designed to expedite the trial process, such as setting time limits for the completion of different stages of a trial. Introducing cases management practices can streamline procedures, reduce delays, and prioritize cases based on urgency and importance basis. Additionally, promoting alternative dispute resolution, which is most commonly known as ADR mechanism, such as mediation, arbitration, and conciliation, can help reduce the burden on courts and provide quicker resolutions. These legal reforms are crucial for making the judicial process more efficient and reducing the backlog of cases. If we will discuss about the judicial accountability and transparency, then ensuring judicial accountability and transparency is crucial for maintaining public trust and confidence in the judiciary. Establishing clear guidelines and standards for judicial conduct can prevent corruption, bias, and misconduct. Regular performance evaluations of the judges based on their efficiency, integrity, and adherence to legal principles can help us to maintain high standards of judicial performance. Enhancing transparency by making court proceedings and judgments accessible to the public and promoting open court practices are essential steps towards achieving this goal. Judicial accountability and transparency are vital for upholding the integrity of the judiciary and ensuring that it functions fairly and effectively. So, now I want to discuss with all of you the future prospects. Reducing cases backlogs. One of the primary areas for improvement is the reduction of cases backlogs. Implementing fast-track courts and promoting the ADR mechanisms can significantly elevate the burden on the judiciary. Fast-track courts focus on expediting the trial process for specific types of cases like sexual offences, corruption, and other serious crimes. If we will discuss about the concept of ADR, then ADR like mediation, arbitration, and conciliation also offers quicker resolution and reduce the influx of cases into the courts. Implementing efficient cases management practices, including setting time limits for different stages of trials, can streamline the judicial process and prioritize cases based on urgency and importance. Emphasis can also be made on out-of-court settlements for less serious offences, where parties mutually reach to an agreement and save the precious time of the court. So, if we will discuss about the concept of enhancing infrastructure. Investigating in modern court infrastructure is essential for the smooth functioning of the judiciary. Many courts, especially in rural areas, lack adequate infrastructure, including proper courtrooms, technology, and basic amenities. Upgrading facilities to include modern technology and ensuring proper maintenance can significantly improve the efficiency and accessibility of the judicial system. Providing adequate resources for court operations and ensuring that courts have sufficient judges, support staff are also crucial for maintaining a well-functioning judiciary. If we'll discuss about the adopting technology, then the adoption of technological innovations can transform the judiciary and improve its efficiency. Implementing e-filing systems and maintaining digital records can streamline case management and reduce paperwork. Virtual hearings ensure the continuity of judicial proceedings, particularly during disruptions like the COVID-19 pandemic. Providing online access to case statutes, judgments and order enhances transparency and reduces the need for physical visits to courts. The establishment of e-courts, which integrate technology into all aspects of the judicial process, can make the judiciary more accessible and efficient, improving the overall administration of justice. Training and capacity building. Providing continuous training and capacity building programs for judges and court staff is essential for improving their skills and knowledge. Such programs can enhance the overall quality of judicial decision making and administration. Training should focus on the latest legal developments, procedural updates and the use of technology in the judiciary. Capacity building initiatives should also include soft skill training such as communication, management and leadership to ensure that judicial officers can effectively manage court operations and interact with the public. Investing in human resources through training and capacity building is crucial for maintaining a competent and efficient judiciary. So, dear student, now we should conclude our topic. The hierarchy of courts in India as outlined by the Code of Criminal Procedure plays a crucial role in ensuring justice is delivered effectively and fairly. From the Supreme Court at the apex to the subordinate courts at the grassroots level, ensures a well-organized and efficient judicial process. Each tier of the judiciary has distinct roles and responsibilities, contributing to the overall functioning and coherence of the system. The historical evolution of the judiciary reflects its adaptability and resilience, having undergone significant transformations from ancient times to the post-independence era. The Supreme Court and High Courts, with their expansive jurisdictions and powers, provides judicial leadership, while subordinate courts ensure that justice is accessible to the common people. The procedural aspects under the CRPC ensures that the criminal justice process is systematic and fair, protecting the rights of the accused and ensuring the due process. However, the judiciary faces numerous challenges, including cases backlog, resource constraints, and the need for greater transparency and accountability. Addressing these challenges requires comprehensive reforms, including legal amendments, technological innovations, and infrastructural improvements. The adoption of e-courts, alternative dispute resolution mechanism, and performance evaluations are steps in the right direction. The hierarchical structure of the Indian judiciary is essential for maintaining the rule of law and delivering the justice. Future reforms and innovations should aim to strengthen this structure, making the judiciary more efficient, transparent, and responsive to the needs of the people. By doing so, the judiciary can uphold its fundamental role in a democratic society, ensuring that justice prevails for all. So, this was all about today's lecture. Please take care till we meet again with another interesting lecture. Bye for now.